What's happening, guys? Birdman 316 here. And you're probably wondering why I'm saying Birdman 316 when it's about guitars, right? I've decided that it's much, much easier to keep up with one channel than two channels. So everything from here on out is going to be put on Birdman 316 RC channel. But I will keep the other channel, keep it open and going, because we have guitar videos on there that it will take forever to transfer them over to Birdman 316 channel. So we just won't post anything new there on the Chase and Tone channel. But it was a fun ride. And plus another fact is that I couldn't post anything more than 15 minutes on that channel, so I had to rush through and hurry up and get done with any tone comparisons and guitar comparisons and reviews and whatnot. You're probably wondering why I got these two on the table like this. I'm getting ready to tell you. This one here, pardon me, is the monoprice Indio os30. This one here is the monoprice Indio os20. And I was going to change these pickups out and leave the HSS format, except it would be a Surf 90 single. So I got to thinking, I said, well, I want another real P90 guitar like this. So I was looking around all over the place, and I found a few, and they was nice, but there's some things I didn't like about them. So I thought, well, why not convert this one? That saved me about $200. I already got some pickups looking for a new home. These came from Guitar Madness on eBay. So what I'll have to do is probably order some pick plate, scratch plate material from Guitar Fetish. And I will have to mark the holes in which I want to put the volume and the tone. You see it's right there even with the bridge on this one. But this one is just a little bit further up towards the edge of the bridge, closer to the pickup. Which doesn't bother me. I just want to try to match this one as much as I can. And I'm thinking, I looked up under the hood, so to speak, and I think this thing is got a huge swimming pool, but once I can verify that, I will definitely talk more about it. Because, you know, these strings are going to be coming off here because they've probably been sitting in a warehouse for a while. And plus this one right here, notice it, check it out. It's a 5-string. Yep. I was tuning on it one day and a little E string popped. So I'm guessing these things sit for ages someplace. So it's always good to replace the strings. One of the first things you do. So I might make one more film with this one playing before I go tearing it down, because once I tear it down, it's never coming back as a HSS. It's coming back as a P90. This is a soap bar P90s. Now back in the day when I first saw these soap bars in guitars, I thought, gosh, them things are ugly. But then I heard them, and I was blown away by the sounds they make. So I thought, I can get used to that funny looking pickup. Maybe learn to love them, which I did. That's why I'm going to put them in here with a whole new scratch plate. I'm liking the single ply. Single ply gives it that old, vintage, plain Jane basic look, which I like. I think the Guitar Fetish has all kinds of scratch plate material. So I don't have a way to cut out for the pickups, so I'm going to have to hire someone to do it. I'll probably send them this scratch plate to go by as far as like where to put these knobs, pots, or whatever like that. And this is no longer going to be a blade switch. It's going to be a switch like this one. I'll put it in the same general area. I'll be sure that the body cutout is matching where I'm planning on putting the switch. So what I'll do is I'll get the scratch plate material, strip this all the way down, send this scratch plate along with the other scratch plate. Hopefully I can find someone that's gonna get those cut out for me for soap bar P90s. I'm not exactly sure how. I might need to glue in a little bit more wood in here depending on how deep the crater is, because these screw directly into the body. And you have springs and or foam underneath to act like a, I guess, an adjustment cushion, adjustment shocks or whatever like that, but I'll get it figured out. I've got a whole bunch of pots over here. Every one of these are 250K. So 2 of those full-size pots will be going in here. Might even put on some skirt, witch hat skirt knobs and whatever like that. So it's gonna have a different look. I might even go with a little bit different color pickguard. I might have like a vintage, either a vintage white, but you really can't find that in single ply, but I'll probably get a single ply white one and scuff it up and age it, make it look kind of old. Or I might get another black one, or I might get a black pearl. I don't know, or a white pearl. Who knows? Depends on what Guitar Fetish has and what kind of mood I'm in that day and whatnot and all that good stuff. Well, guys, I just wanted to show you this little project here that I'm planning on doing. And I believe it might be a little bit better than this one. This one right here is excellent. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not changing anything unless something breaks. Oh, yeah, like a string, right? And yes, this one does have bent steel saddles. See them right there. This one does not, but it's okay. I'll leave these on here, no problem. But anyway, guys, I want everyone to do me a humongously monstrous favor. Have a great day, have a great night, wherever you are. This is Birdman316. Sayonara. Hello, my friends. Birdman316 here. Yep, I was right. My suspicion was right. A huge swimming pool style. Now you see those blocks of wood there? That means that more than likely I won't have to add anything to put the P90s in. Let's step over here. This is what came out of the guitar right here. The original scratch plate, humbucker, single and single. If you notice something about this humbucker, these are the wires for the humbucker, okay? You got your hot and ground, but you know what that right there is? Yes, it means this thing can be coil split because you got 2, probably I'm guessing a red and a white one that are soldered together, taped off to the side, and you're only using these 2, which gives you the whole humbucker. Now you can tear into that right there and put it on a little mini toggle switch where you can get the back coil, the front coil, or both. That's something interesting to know. A lot of guitars don't come like that. This is the monoprice Indio, there we go, Indio os20, but not anymore. It's not an os20 anymore, so I'm probably going to rename this one like the os33 or something like that once I get the scratch plate material, and I need to get this and all the stuff off this one and send this one along with the new one to get it cut out as far as like the shape in which it needs to be to bolt onto the guitar. And of course I put a little mark right here. I might move that switch up just a little bit because I want to run it like a Les Paul switch. I don't want it to go front to side whatever. Like I want it to go up and down like a Les Paul. And of course the routing is going to be for P90s, of course. I'm not sure how they're going to see how that's chamfered down, I guess, or rounded or ground to the side or whatever. Like right here, this little edge right here. I don't know how they're going to do it, but, well, that's why I'm hiring them to do it, so, because I don't know what to do, right? And this right here, where the screws go, they're countersunk. I'm going to see if I can get them to countersink them too, and maybe ream the holes out for the full-size pots, which are like these right here. Let me show you. This is like a full-size pot right here. Let me flip this over in case you're wondering, what is that boy talking about? Okay, here we go. You see the difference? That's a dime-sized pot. That's a quarter-sized pot. These are Alfie pots. I call them Alfie pots. They're alphas. I call them Alfie pots, but it's okay. It's fun. What good is doing this work if you can't have a little fun? Make a little joke, you know. But it's going to have the full-size pots. We might need to maybe bring them back a little. Bring this one down just a tiny bit because they're so much bigger. We'll put it like that. Well, it might be able to. It's going to be close together if you do it like that. And have this one right here. It's going to be close together, but being we're going to be working with a whole new scratch plate assembly. I guess I'll worry about reaming the holes for the CTS. Well, CTS style. This has got the smaller threaded piece that goes in there, but it's all good. At least we're going to have the routing done for a P90, soapbar P90, and a soapbar P90 right there. And that little 5-way switch will be replaced with a 3-way toggle switch, very similar to this one right here on this Epiphone Les Paul Special 2. That's what's going to be going on this one. That style switch, that very switch right there is not going anywhere unless it breaks, and I'll replace it. But the style switch, I want it to go, you know, up and down like a Les Paul instead of side to side. That's just me. You can do it either way you want to, but I want to do it like that. So I guess all I get the guy to do, or whoever's going to do the job, is to cut, you know, trace it out with this one, mark all the holes, drill the holes for the screws for the scratch plate and all going into the guitar, and just making the cutouts for the P90s, and I will handle the holes for the switch and the pots. But guys, that is an update. I'll tag this one at the back of the other one where I discuss it, and then I will do the film in which I made the video of me playing this before I tore it down. So, be on the lookout, guys. And guys, I want everyone to do me a huge favor. Have a great day, have a great night, wherever you are on Earth, or wherever. This is Birdman 316. Sayonara.